Welcome today. We're going to explore some of the most valuable and highly sought-after coins in the market, the legendary 1-cent Lincoln penny. These real coins, especially the rare 1-cent and copper variations with unique color shades, have become true giants in the world of coin collecting. They are not just simple pieces of metal, but living treasures of American history, carrying stories of the past while holding unimaginable value today. The Lincoln cent has always been more than just a coin. It is a living story struck in copper, carrying the face of a president who reshaped the destiny of America. First issued in 1909 to mark the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the coin became an instant national symbol. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and from that moment forward, the Lincoln cent grew into one of the most collected and studied coins in history. Over the years, countless varieties have emerged, but the 2009 cent holds a place of its own, with rare versions capable of making an ordinary person into a billionaire overnight. The year 2009 was extraordinary for the Lincoln cent because it marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint celebrated this milestone by issuing 4 unique reverse designs that told the story of Lincoln's life, from the Kentucky log cabin of his birth to his years in Washington, D.C., as the nation's leader. These designs were already historic, but deep within that year's production, a far rarer treasure slipped into existence. A mysterious version of the 2009 cent struck, without the ordinary minting details and in pure copper composition, has since become one of the most sought-after pennies in the world. What makes this coin so special is not simply its design, but its sheer rarity. Normally, cents struck after 1982 were produced in copper-plated zinc. Yet, rare exceptions in 2009 appeared in full copper composition, which instantly set them apart. Add to that the possibility of no mint mark on certain pieces, and suddenly you are holding a coin that should not exist, yet does. In the language of collectors, such a coin is nothing short of a miracle, a small round piece of metal that carries value in the millions. Condition always matters in the world of coins, yet the 2009 copper cent defies even that rule. Even when found in dirty, darkened, or circulated condition, its value is not destroyed. Dirt can hide its shine, scratches can mask its surface, but none of that can erase its rarity. A collector who sees through the wear and recognizes what it truly is knows they are staring at a life-changing treasure. That is why even the so-called imperfect examples of this coin are fiercely fought over in the market. The power of this coin lies in its dual nature. On the one hand, it is just a penny, a 1-cent piece that blends in with billions of others. On the other hand, it is a golden key that can unlock unimaginable fortune. It is the kind of coin that could be sitting unnoticed in an old jar, forgotten in a desk drawer, or resting in the palm of someone who thinks it is worth nothing more than a cent. The thought that such wealth could be hiding in plain sight is what gives this coin its legendary aura. The absence of a mint mark only heightens its allure. Mint marks have always been a way to track where a coin was produced, and their presence or absence can turn a common coin into a rare error. A no-mint mark coin in 2009 with copper composition is an enigma, a coin that is both historically meaningful and numismatically priceless. Collectors know that this tiny detail could mean the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth millions. What is fascinating is how coins like this cross the boundary between money and artifact. They are not just metal discs, they are objects of passion, history, and identity. The 2009 no-mint mark copper Lincoln cent stands as a bridge between the past and the present, linking Abraham Lincoln's legacy to today's collectors who are willing to bid their fortunes to own a piece of that legacy. It is not just a transaction, it is a pursuit of something greater than wealth. And yet, wealth is exactly what this coin promises. Auction houses have seen rare pennies soar in value, with collectors willing to outbid each other relentlessly. The whispers of a 2009 copper cent appearing on the market send shockwaves across the numismatic community. The frenzy, the passion, and the desire combine to push the value into levels most people can hardly believe. This is where pennies transform into treasures that rival the worth of diamonds. Imagine for a moment that you are the one to find such a coin. You notice it, perhaps in dirty condition, perhaps overlooked by many hands before you. At first glance, it is nothing, but when you learn its secret, you realize you are holding millions. That instant, that transformation, is what makes this story so captivating. From spare change to life-changing wealth, the leap is so dramatic it almost feels like a fairy tale, but it is real. The truth is, countless rare pennies have slipped through the hands of people who never recognized them. History tells of individuals who unknowingly spent fortunes at face value. The tragedy is that ignorance has cost people millions, while the informed collector has reaped the rewards. That is why understanding coins like the 2009 copper cent is so important. Knowledge is not only power, it is wealth itself. This coin is not only about money, it is also about inspiration. It reminds us that greatness often hides in small things, that treasure can be found in what others overlook, and that history lives in the most unexpected places. To own such a coin is to hold both fortune and meaning, a legacy of Lincoln himself combined with the thrill of unimaginable wealth. So, if you ever find a 2009 Lincoln 1-cent coin, especially one with no mint mark and struck in copper, even if it is in dirty condition, hold on to it with everything you have. Do not spend it cheaply. Do not dismiss it, for it may carry within it the power to change your fortune overnight. This is the coin that proves a single penny can be worth millions, and in the world of numismatics, it is nothing less than a ticket to becoming a billionaire. Next up, the Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in the entire history of the United States. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it instantly became more than just a piece of money. It became a symbol of respect for one of America's greatest leaders. Over the years, countless variations, errors, and rare strikes of this coin have captured the imaginations of collectors around the world. Among them, the 2009 cent stands out as a modern-day marvel, carrying within it a hidden potential of unimaginable fortune. The year 2009 was not an ordinary year for the Lincoln cent. It marked the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and the 100th year since his portrait first appeared on the penny. To celebrate, the U.S. Mint introduced a special series of cents with designs on the reverse side, showing different chapters of Lincoln's life. From his humble log cabin beginnings to his professional years in Illinois, these coins were meant to honor his journey. Yet, within this historic release, a few coins emerged that were unlike the rest, rare, mysterious, and now believed to be worth millions. What makes these particular 2009 1-cent coins so valuable is not just their design, but their composition and condition. While ordinary cents from this period were struck in a zinc core with a copper plating, some rare variations were struck in pure copper. When paired with unusual errors or the absence of a mint mark, these coins became an enigma. Even when found in darkened, dirty, or circulated condition, they still command attention because rarity is not washed away by wear, it only grows stronger. The fascinating truth about coins like this is that they can appear anywhere. A jar of old change, a drawer in your home, or even a handful of pennies from the store could secretly contain one of these treasures. The idea that an ordinary-looking coin, 1 cent in face value, could actually be worth millions of dollars is enough to stir anyone's imagination. It turns the hunt for coins into a dream chase, where every penny might just be the ticket to overnight wealth. The absence of a mint mark is another factor that has elevated the 2009 penny into legend. Mint marks, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, usually tell us where a coin was made. But when a coin escapes this stamping process, it becomes an error coin, something that should never have existed, yet does. Error coins are the heartbeat of the numismatic world because they represent both accident and miracle. And when combined with copper composition, this penny becomes one of the most valuable errors of modern American coinage. Collectors today understand the power of rarity. A coin may be small, but its story, its uniqueness, and its condition create value beyond imagination. The 2009 copper penny without a mint mark is the kind of coin that makes headlines, sparks bidding wars, and drives people to spend fortunes just to own it. Auction houses know that whenever such a coin surfaces, collectors from across the globe will compete, pushing its price into the millions. For many, The beauty of this coin lies not only in its material, but in its connection to Abraham Lincoln. To hold such a coin is to hold a piece of American history, a reminder of the man who led the country through its greatest trial and preserved its union. That emotional link is why collectors don't just see it as money, they see it as a living artifact, something sacred that must be cherished. And that makes its value more than financial. It becomes cultural, historical, and personal. Imagine finding one of these coins in dirty condition, covered in age, looking almost worthless at first glance. To most people, it would seem like just another old penny. But to the trained eye, it would be a jewel. Even in such condition, this coin has been known to spark frenzy among collectors. Dirt cannot erase history, and wear cannot destroy rarity. In fact, it only adds mystery and drama to the tale of the coin that could make you a billionaire overnight. The market for rare coins has always been driven by passion, but in recent years, it has reached new levels. Collectors are willing to pay more than ever before, and investors are entering the coin world knowing that certain pennies, nickels, or quarters can rival the value of gold. The 2009 no-mint mark copper cent has become a holy grail in this movement, a coin so rare and powerful that its very mention makes collectors lean forward with excitement. Owning such a coin means holding the power to change your life in an instant. Stories circulate of lucky individuals who discovered rare pennies among their spare change and went on to sell them for life-changing sums. This is not just a fantasy. It is reality for those who stumble upon one of these hidden treasures. The 2009 penny is not simply worth a fortune. It carries with it the power to rewrite someone's destiny. But perhaps the most important lesson here is awareness. Too many times, people have unknowingly spent rare pennies, letting go of treasures that could have made them millionaires. The tragedy is real, and it continues today because people underestimate the smallest coin in their pocket. That is why knowledge is key. Recognizing, protecting, and properly valuing such a coin can mean the difference between giving away wealth or embracing it. At the end of the day, the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent no-mint mark copper coin is more than just currency. It is a legend, a symbol of hidden fortune, and a reminder that greatness often comes in the smallest packages. It is proof that one coin, even in dirty condition, can hold unimaginable wealth. And if you happen to own one, never let it go for cheap, because it has the power to change your life overnight, turning a humble penny into a billionaire's dream. Next up, the most valuable and expensive Lincoln Wheat penny 1-cent coin from 2009 with no mint mark in copper, written fully in engaging and attention-grabbing style, only in paragraph form as you requested. The story of the Lincoln 1-cent coin is one of the most fascinating journeys in American numismatic history. Since its very first appearance in 1909, this small copper coin has carried the face of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing honor, strength, and freedom. Collectors all over the world have been drawn to it not only because of its rich history, but also because of the unbelievable values that certain rare editions of the coin can reach. Among them, the 2009 1-cent coin, especially those without a mint mark, has developed a reputation as one of the most mysterious and valuable treasures in the coin world. To understand why the 2009 cent is so remarkable, we must first remember that this year marked the 200th anniversary of President Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint decided to celebrate this milestone by releasing 4 special reverse designs, each telling a part of Lincoln's life story, from his humble beginnings in Kentucky to his presidency in Washington, D.C. These coins were instantly historic, and collectors everywhere wanted them. Yet, when rare variations emerged, such as those struck in pure copper with no mint mark, their value skyrocketed into unimaginable levels. Most people look at a penny and see only a small piece of change hardly worth noticing. But in the world of numismatics, one small detail, one tiny error, or one rare composition can transform this coin into a fortune beyond comprehension. That is exactly what happened with certain 2009 cents. Struck in copper, without the usual mint mark, and preserved in unusual condition, these coins are considered one of the ultimate dream finds. It is the type of coin that can make an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight if discovered. The absence of a mint mark is one of the secrets behind the value of these pennies. Normally, coins are marked with letters such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco, showing where they were made. But the no-mint mark versions appear to have slipped through the minting process without receiving their identifying stamp. In the world of collectors, such an error is not a flaw, it is a golden opportunity. When paired with the fact that these 2009 issues were struck in copper, unlike the usual zinc cents, the rarity becomes almost beyond belief. Condition plays a huge role in how valuable these coins can become. While collectors usually seek out pristine, shiny examples, even those in darker, dirtier condition can shock the market if they belong to the rare copper, no mint mark category. A coin like this, even if it shows signs of circulation or tarnish, is still considered a once-in-a-lifetime find. That is why many collectors would never let such a coin go for ordinary value, because they know what power it holds. What makes this coin even more captivating is the element of mystery that surrounds it. How many of these coins were made? How many are still out there hidden in jars, wallets, or drawers? Nobody can say with certainty. That unknown number is what makes collectors restless and treasure hunters excited. It is the possibility of stumbling across one of these coins by chance that fuels the dreams of millions of coin enthusiasts worldwide. Stories of ordinary people finding such coins and suddenly changing their lives forever have spread across collector communities. Just imagine waking up one morning, checking an old jar of pennies, and realizing you are holding a coin that is worth not hundreds, not thousands, but potentially millions of dollars. That is the unbelievable fortune that coins like the 2009 no-mint mark copper cent promise. This is not just money, it is life-changing wealth wrapped in the smallest coin of America. Beyond monetary value, these coins also carry cultural and historical significance. They remind us of Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy and the values of determination and equality he stood for. To hold such a coin is not only to possess a rare treasure, but also to carry a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. That emotional connection to history is what drives collectors to pay staggering amounts for these rarities. Market demand for rare Lincoln cents has never been higher, and the 2009 no-mint mark copper cent sits at the very top of the pyramid. Auctions of rare varieties have already proven that collectors will bid aggressively, pushing prices into astronomical territory. When word spreads that such a coin has surfaced, the market goes into a frenzy, with private collectors, museums, and investors all competing to own it. It is this wild competition that drives the price into millions. If you happen to own such a coin, the last thing you should do is spend it at face value. Many people over the years have made the tragic mistake of passing along rare pennies without realizing their fortune. A coin like this should be guarded, authenticated, and presented only at the right moment when collectors are hungry and the market is booming. Selling it cheap would be like throwing away a winning lottery ticket. The beauty of the 2009 no-mint mark copper Lincoln cent is that it represents the perfect storm of rarity, error, history, and collector passion. It is not just a coin, it is a ticket to unimaginable wealth and prestige in the numismatic world. Its power lies not only in its metal composition but in the dreams it inspires in everyone who learns about it. For some, it is already a reality. For others, it is a chase, a treasure hunt that might one day change everything. So remember this, the next time you see a simple penny, never underestimate it. That tiny piece of copper may hold a story, a mystery, and a fortune beyond your wildest imagination. The 2009 Lincoln cent with no mint mark is living proof that in the smallest things, the greatest treasures can be found. Guard it, value it, and never let it go cheaply, for it truly has the power to change your fortune overnight and make you a billionaire with just a single coin.